Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sarah Pavan, an Olympian and beach volleyball world champion and a longtime professional indoor player.
And I'm Adam, former indoor player and indoor coach, current beach volleyball coach, and most importantly, Sarah's husband.
Last episode.
Loved it.
Do you remember what happened?
I do.
Adam loves the recaps because it helps him remember.
No, we just recently watched that one, so I'm on point for that. I just love Kageyama's little quip back to Oikawa. And, you know, personally, I'm not big and flashy and all that kind of stuff, but the subtle little, I'm here, don't forget about it, I like that. I like that a lot.
That was a classic move. Real savage move that I have the utmost respect for.
100%. If you're going to do it, that's perfect.
You love to see it. You love to see it. Adam and I almost had another domestic last episode where I needed him to agree with me on how terrible Oikawa is. I want you to know, okay, we're just going to be honest with each other. I did not make him jump on board. That was all him. Was he terrified of me and maybe just did that so that I wouldn't push him down the stairs? Maybe. But I feel like he came to the Oikawa personality flaw conclusions on his own.
Well, let's just be clear here. I think I have a little bit more patience for some of the swagger than you do. I'm not gonna write somebody off specifically because of that. What irks me probably more than you is how he treats his teammates and his overall approach to that. So that's where he's gonna lose me.
Adam cares about people and I don't, is what he's saying.
No, I did not. I did not say that.
Fine. Thank you so much.
But you're incredibly talented and you're also very humble about it. So that's like...
Believe it or not, I know some of you may take issue with that statement.
No, you are not. You could potentially have every right to be far more cocky and abrasive than you are on the court based on how good you are. And you're not like that. And I think that that's very important to you and that's totally fair.
But I love some swag.
Every good athlete has some swag. There's no way around it. And to me, it's towing that fine line of swag, confidence, and getting into that cockiness and arrogance. And I think this is a good way of putting it. I think my arrogance line is a little further than yours in terms of what you would deem acceptable behavior or what would say I don't like that person because of that.
Which shocks me because Adam's like the nicest human being ever. So we are going to keep moving the sliding needles of confidence and arrogance with Kageyama and Oikawa and see what we land on. Who's got the right mixture? Today, we're watching season 1, episode 20 of Haikyu called Oikawa Toru is not a genius.
I think Kageyama may have named this episode.
Oh, look, he is starting to get to know the boys. Oh, that might be the best thing you ever said.
Ooh, that's high praise.
The comments will erupt saying that is not true. You're right. But he's proving his knowledge. You're proving your knowledge.
I'm getting there. I'm diving into the manga.
He is! Oh my gosh. He bought me. I am like OCD and I have to buy the manga in order. And he got me one.
But can we
fill in a hole in the
Can we tell the story about how much of a purist you are?
I was upset.
So here's the story. We're cruising for a 20-minute intro. I apologize to
everybody. Fast forwarded anyways. We're fine.
She had episode or manga 1 to 4.
Volume
1 to 4. Missing 5, and then had 6 to 9. And we have this thing where we like to go to bookshops, so we go all over the place. And every time we go to a bookstore, we look for that manga. And obviously we could order it online or we could do whatever, but it's kind of
easy.
It's part of the fun of like going and finding it. So we've been looking for what, a year and a half?
I don't know if it's been a while.
It's been a prolonged period of time. And so for Christmas, I called around to different bookstores to see if I could find one so I could get it and surprise her with it, which was apparently against the rules.
Yes, because you know what happened? I went to my hometown, went to the bookstore, found it, was so excited, was almost sprinting to the cash to check out, and Adam's like, oh, go put that back. I'm sorry, what? I've literally been searching every bookstore I've walked in for the last year to find this one. The satisfaction was 10 out of 10 that I finally did it, and you just like called a few shops, like, what's the point? I'm clearly still upset about it. But anyways.
I thought it was a nice gesture.
That little hole was filled in. All right, for all of you who stuck with us through this 20-minute long intro, you're our favorites, okay? Don't tell the others. You know what? Tell the others, because you're our favorites. So, anyways.
Episode 20.
Let's take on episode 20 right now. We promise we're starting it right now.
That's their banner is certain victory. That look right there. Love it.
すげえカラスの乗せた1年なのに及川に張り合ってるザ・セッター対決って感じだなすげえじゃんカイドウ様に負けてねえぞ影山たとえ総合力兼ナンバーワンの人だろうとセッターとしては負けねえでもお前次サーブだよな光栄だよな次も同じのやるって光栄で2アタックは反則なんじゃん次全員に回ってきたらってことだよ影山さあ
Ooh, gripping too tight. That's not good.
アウトコ盛大に吹かしたななんてすごいホームランだどんまいどんまいすいませんそれじゃあお手本を見せようか少年いや上がる
おー
及川のサーブ上げたカラスのリベロすっげえ開いたやっぱすごいな何がお手本だ普通に拾われてんじゃねえか来いやーシューバ
Oh, little head fake, okay?
Yeah.
ライトの方おう視線で引っ掛けるのは猫間のセッターがやってたなそういやあんな神業トス反則だよまったくよく上げましたね西野君あでも
He almost
西
didn't
野
though.
君に打っちゃったのは及川君の失敗だったのかないや西野を狙ったんだと思う
That's what I was gonna
西
ask.
野が
Did
考
you
え
think
た
he
だけ
was?
で他のメンツに与える精神的ダメージは大きいそれを狙ったんじゃねえかな助かった
I was gonna ask, did you think he served it at Noya on purpose?
100%.
For this, did you reach the same conclusion?
Yeah.
Dang it, I was too slow.
No, I think it's the beginning of the game. Everybody fears your serve. Like if you can go out and break their best passer, you've almost won at that point.
Only the strong survive, baby.
Yeah. No. What I'm curious about is if he'll try it again.
At Noya?
Yeah.
Let's see.
本当によく上げてくれた西野や。すみません、俺引っかかってばっかで。あの伊達公も翻弄したカラスのだからね。まあちょっとだけ待ってよ、多分もうすぐだから。それより金田一よ、影山の相棒の座をあのちびちゃんに奪われてさぞ悔しいことだろう。いや別にいいんだいいんだ。中学時代飛び男がお前をあんま使えない下僕だと思っていたとしてもな、この及川さんが神業速攻なんか使わなくても金田一はちゃんとすごいんだぞと証明してあげよう。安心して飛べ。はい。田中ナイスナイス当たり。はいナイスレシーブ。センターエクイック。なんだろうな、気のせいかな。あの12番練習試合の時より高く飛んでる気がする。リオちゃんナイスさあ。
Oh.
カモン。はい。
Okay.
Was that Asahi? What?
Number 12 seems to be jumping higher than in the practice match. What are you thinking?
I mean, it just went straight over top.
No, I'll tell you what I'm thinking.
Okay, you tell me what you're thinking.
I heard your little grumbles when Oikawa was being a real douche.
That's a good word for it.
But then right after, you know what? I can't even believe right now what I'm about to say, okay? We can scratch this from the record. Kindaishi's jumping higher than he was in the practice match now because of that.
Because of playing against Hinata?
No!
Well, I don't know what you mean.
Because of what Oikawa said to him. He got in his head and made him want to beat them more. Adam! I hope you're all coming to my defense right now.
So you think that he just decided he could jump higher because...
No! Did you not read the subtitles?
I thought I did, but apparently
He was like, oh, I'm sure you're so upset that like Kageyama and the shrimpy one are like the super tandem now in a way that you couldn't be. You were just his minion. Blah,
Oh wait,
blah.
so he played with... Okay, I'm a little bit behind.
Oh my gosh. Yes, Kindaichi was on his junior high team.
Got it.
I thought we've been over this.
This
This is like an episode 1 type of thing. This is a practice match type of thing. We've been over this.
Okay,
You forgot?
I forgot they played together.
Okay, well anyways, Oikawa pumped him up and now he's skying.
Okay, got it.
So clearly Adam was not thinking about that, so we'll move on.
Missed that.
Sensei.
Ooh. 4-3 timeout called for a play. Well, I'm curious what he's going to say.
多分間違ってないと思います。来いとくれです。もしかしてもう気づかれた。早えなくそ。最初はさ、ちびちゃんが何か叫びながら突っ込んでいくな、頭悪そうだなくらいに思ってたんだけど、神業速攻の時は持ってこいとか俺に来いとか来いって単語が入ってるっぽい。で、普通の速攻の時はくれって単語か。でもね、あのちびちゃんの武器はおとり。彼にばかり目がいけばそれこそ向こうの思うツボだから簡単な決まり事だけ作っちゃおう。恋の時はちびちゃんのマークは一人だけにしよう。クレの時はトスがどこに上がるか見てから飛ぼう。 OK？ だけどよ、こんな序盤の特に動きのないタイミングでタイム取って気づいたことに気づかれたんじゃねえの？いいのいいの、むしろ気づいてくれた方がいい。こっちがあの合図に気づいたことが分かればきっと多少なりとも飛びを合わせる。おい、深刻な顔してらしくねえな。いいえの S さん、 こいつは大体いつもこんな顔だ。牛乳か飲むヨーグルトで迷ってる時も同じ顔でしょ。そんなことないですよ。しかし親さん、あのサーブよく一発で返したな。俺中盤の時あのサーブ取ったことあるわ。確かに入ればすごいサーブだったけど、結構ミスもしてたし、あんなコントロールもなかった。相当練習したんだろうな。一人サーブがすごいやつがいるとか、セッターが万能とか、それだけでずっと4強でいられるとは思えねえ。気抜いたら持ってかれる。決まるぜ。
Oh dear.
ミスっても下向かない。さあ仕掛けていこうか。金田一、狙うとこ分かってるよね。はい、一歩。どんなすごいセットアップもね、最初のレシーブがあるからできるんだよ。
Yep, knew this was coming.
Oh.
そんなに強いサーブには見えませんでしたけど。
Oh my gosh.
取りづらいな。
No, it's not.
これは公園のセンターの出てくるところを狙ってんのか。
I was not paying attention.
みたいなサーブ打ってないのに相手が取れないのなんで？
ああ、それはですね、セッターは公園にいるとき、サーブが打たれる瞬間まで前衛の選手よりも前に出てちゃいけないのね。だから相手がサーブを打つと同時にネット際まで素早く移動しないといけないんだ。そういう人が交錯する場所はレシーブに入るのが一瞬遅れたりしてミスしやすい。でも来る場所さえ分かったら、さあ取れないサーブじゃない。ナイスセーブ。
Nice swing.
いろいろ考えながらやってんだ。藤さん、ありがとうございます。
Okay, well, I should have known. How embarrassing. Silly me.
Probably not something you've thought about in a long time, though.
That's true. I should have known what rotation they were in.
Fair.
Okay.
A lot of things.
Okay, like what?
I mean, I feel like I'm gonna give credit where credit's due. Oikawa putting
Oikawa
putting the
No,
work.
there's no Oikawa.
What am I saying?
Oikawa.
Oikawa. Just putting the work in to scout his opponents, and he came with a plan, and he spent 7 points figuring out if what he saw on film was happening in reality, and it's going to give them an edge. And I think everything that he's done to this point is spot on. I mean, you watch film for that reason. And what I really like about this is that it's not just a physical thing. You're looking at signals, you're looking at communication, you're looking at patterns. And I think that's a really neat pickup. And ballsy to call a timeout at 4-3 to tell his teammates that, because his coach didn't even pick it up.
We gave him props last episode for his preparation. I hate that I'm going to say this.
If you're going to criticize the guy, you got to at least be fair.
Yes. And I hate that I'm going to say this because I'm going to be fair.
Okay.
Everything that he has done has had a purpose. Even when he's a real jerk, even when he says things that can be construed as mean, it has an underlying purpose. And I have to applaud that type of methodical thinking.
So let me ask you this then.
But I do not like him.
Do you think the treating his teammates poorly and the arrogance is solely to move the pieces around?
Yes. I really jumped on that yes. Wow. I think it plays a big part of it. I think deep down he is ego driven to a certain extent. I think we all are in different ways.
Yeah.
But thinking of what we've seen so far on the court, I think it's well thought out.
I would be curious, I mean, based on some of the comments, I think we probably get a little more into his background. I'd be curious to know what his self-talk is, what his inner thoughts are that we'll get to hear that nobody else does. That to me will be an interesting kind of character marker. But
Do not mistake my nice comments for being a convert, okay? Let's make that clear.
ここで及川君前衛ですか。まだ熱いアタックにも気をつけないと。くそ、すげえプレッシャーだ。もう4点差だし、こっちはひな壇なしで前衛は2枚。早くローで回さねえと。ナイスレシーブ。2アタック。
Gave it away a little early.
yeah. He's feeling the pressure a little bit.
Over top!
Tanaka with the OT.
あと4点軽くひっくり返してそいそーい元気だなそんで厄介トスくれプレの時はトスを見てから飛べ
Ooh, little miss hit? I'll take it.
影山ナイスだ一本
They have a different signal.
今度は外さねえぞ
No, I can't think like that.
ちょっと前すぎか
Been there.
よしうまくなんだり
Jump float.
Hair side.
簡単にはチャンスにしない
I did.
影山君がファーストタッチ
Oh boy.
Oh, he looks scary. Whoa. Oh, dear. Everybody's eyeballs are popping out.
それが本番でできるという強さ試合の慣れ方が違うどめどめもう一本ここでまた及川君のサーブいつも威勢のいいムードメーカーがおとなしくなった時の空気の重さだなないよね
Not in the face.
No, that would be bad. Just knocked out cold. Oh dear. Okay, not in the face.
お前次一本
You know what we might have to employ?
相当
The pickle
プレッシャーに
chinks.
なるまずは元気な大塚を静かにさせて次はエース攻撃の要のレフト2人が折れれば優秀な音にも意味をなさない早っ速攻でタイム取ったのはカラスのただでさえ流れは正常だからな早く流れ切らないと取り返しつかなくなる嫌われてるやつかわいそう上でいいセッターに帰らなくても上に上げさえすればコートでもカバーできるよしところで影山君よさっきの2はあれはなんだねすいませんでした焦りました、自覚があんならいいや2がダメなんじゃない攻撃のバリエーションが多いってことを相手に認識させておくのも有効だただ2は読まれたらほぼ止められるからリスクが高い使いどころは慎重に選べよよしあと何と戦ってんのか忘れんなよ及川じゃなく青葉城西だそれで戦ってんのはお前だけじゃなくカラスのだよしナイス
Good advice, I think. I like that timeout, trying to calm the team down a little bit.
The wheels are kind of falling off.
Yeah, I mean, they as a team, and Oikawa specifically, of having a very disciplined point of attack of what they want to accomplish and going after it. And they're adjusting really, really well. And kind of, he understands team dynamics, he understands player skills, he understands, there's a lot of high level thinking going on there. And nobody on Karasuno is thinking on that level. I'm not even sure Ukai is thinking on that level at this point.
Yeah, he's just picking them off one by one.
Yeah. I mean, to have that control and that pace when no one else does, it's a weapon.
I think I might have to throw out my secret weapon.
You already know what happens.
Adam, do I know what happens on this serve? No, I don't remember.
I disagree. I bet you exactly remember.
No.
Okay.
Get ready, everybody.
Pickle Jinx post timeout.
Pearl Jinx!
Got his hands on it.
Oh dear. That didn't work out the way I thought. Darn. Why is Tanaka diving on serve receive? There should be 4 back.
No, they changed the serve receive against his serve.
I missed that. Oh gosh.
タイムアウト2回とも使っちまったからここは流れを切るのが最優先だからな。つなぎが命のバレーで肝心要のサーブレシーブを連続でミスってる時のあの罪悪感と孤独感は尋常じゃない。
There's no worse feeling.
そこに追い打ちのドシャッ
I mean, other than getting washed right
あ
now.
どうする大丈夫かな。
何か言った方がいいのかな。俺へこみそうになると田中さんいつも何か言ってくれるし、俺も何か
すいませんでした。いや、しょうがないこともあんだろ。今のトスは難しかったし、3枚ブロックだったし、俺もフォロー。俺今トス呼ばなかった。一瞬ビビったんだ、チキショー。後悔は試合が終わってからクソほどする。大して取り柄もねえ俺がてめえのミスに勝手にへこんで足引っ張ってちゃどうしようもねえ。次は決めます。今それを言えることが十分取り柄だ。腕だけで取ろうとすると弾かれるから足動かせよ。朝日さんも竜みたいになるといいですよ。できたらやってよ。
なあ、さっきのタイムの時もだけどさ、及川ってやつ様子おかしくない？
ああ、それ集中力切らさないようにしてんだってさ。あのヤバいサーブの流れ切るためにほとんどのチームはタイム取るから。
Ooh, the slow eye open.
I really like a lot of the things that are going on.
Oh, Tanaka.
I mean,
He's so precious. I love him.
I appreciate that he's that guy on the team. Like, he's a little obnoxious. He's a little...
He's the Joker.
Yeah. That response is exactly what you want.
And he
Like-
was honest and he was vulnerable.
Yeah.
He's like, oh man, I got scared for a sec. Not many people would admit that, but I guarantee you everybody's been there. Where they're like, just don't set me this one, please. I just need to get it together.
Yeah. And I mean, you know everybody on the... You know that Karasuno's struggle was with receive. We knew coming into the tournament that was probably going to be their Achilles heel.
Oh, they are in
And-
a 4-man receive.
Yeah.
I just wondered why he dove. Okay, they
okay.
were in one.
And actually, a 4-man receive against this serve is probably not a good idea, but
Why is that?
his serve is coming so fast and coming down and deep that to be able to move back and pass that ball as the 2 players who are higher is going to be really hard. Catch you
I
high.
think they should be more flattened out anyways.
Yeah, I would probably do a 3-man serve receive where everybody chooses to move one way and they're a little bit deeper so that they can track the ball better. What?
I wouldn't.
What would you do?
4-man, but flatten it out. Make everybody almost in line with staying in rotation. Because then you basically just have to pass, literally 4 people going like this on the court. You only have to pass the ball that's like in your wheelhouse. You're all covering.
Yeah, I guess so. Either or, those 2 at the front need to move back. Like whoever's passing needs to be a little further back.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
No, I know. But I'm saying if you go 3 or 4, I think the bigger issue is that they're high. They're high.
Okay.
And I like Oikawa's.
You're not allowed to say his name anymore.
What? That was right.
Can we play that back?
All right, I'm gonna call him Kawa. I like Kawa's. I like. It's his serve. Teams do this against him consistently, and he's found a way to stay in the moment and stay present so that he can go back and serve. I mean, you gotta respect it.
I will say it is really annoying when people call timeouts when you're in a zone like serving. It's not fun.
しっかり集中してやがる。あとはお前らでどうにかするしかねえぞ。
Nail it.
受け止めろ。
Oh!
下手したら顔面だぞ。くっそ。放置。
Yes! Hinata.
返したそれも一番いいところにワタッチはい花輪さん
You gotta block this ball.
Yes!
レシーブフラッカバーレフト
That
That's
boy.
right!
普段からミスが少ないわけじゃない
I have goosebumps.
すぐ挑発に乗っちまったりするでもアズマリに次ぐチームナンバー2のパワーと何より崖っぷちに追い込まれた時にパフォーマンスを落とさないメンタルの強さ紛れもない
That's a great swing off the hand.
カラスのブース自分で及川に持ってかれた流れ
Yeah, baby.
あと 3,4 点は取るつもりだったのになうお
That does throw really good.
ブロック見えたたまにな空中でスローモーション見たく相手のブロックが見えることがあんだよこうスーッと光が通ったみたいに
おお、田中さんかっけ
先輩だからな田中アブはい流れは切った
I got some goosies.
It's just so good to see he struggled. He came out of that moment. He took responsibility, and then he made it happen.
Oh,
Like,
that is
that's-
true teammate behavior.
That's what you want to see. And it all starts, like, Hinata didn't know what to say. But that play to not give up on his teammate, that you don't have to say anything else. You just have to do that. That's-
He almost got the wind knocked right out of him, though.
But that goes back to what we were talking about them being too high in serve receive.
I was like, so technically, as I was saying, I will never stop cheering for Tanaka.
He's got the top seat in the bro house.
Penthouse suite.
I like that he's getting a little airtime in this episode. He's always kind of been like a side kid, like he popped in, said something. I like to see. Oh, you like to see it.
Oh,
まだちょここから追い上げるナイスバントシャー
nice touch. Ooh, good touch. That's it, though.
早えなおいこらまだトスは叶わないなんて言うんじゃねえだろうな飛び降り叶わないよあんなピンポイント上げられないしいや怒んないで才能では叶わなくてもみんなが一番打ちやすいトスを上げる自信はあるよ
That's interesting.
だからセッターとしては負けないまたブロックの上からそんなにびっくりすることはないよこれが金田一の本来の最高打点なんだからさあれ
Oh,
見てさ
just a little. What do you think of that statement? I'm never gonna set like him, but I give my hitters the best sets for them. I was paraphrasing.
No, what I was thinking was that's an incredible amount of self-awareness on his part. And I think it would be easy to get caught up in, oh, look what he can do, look what he can do. And then you try and change what you do to show that you can do it. Like, you see that happen, and it can take players out of their zone when they try and do something that's not them or that they're not good at. But for him to go, that's not me, but I know what I do really well, and I know it really helps my teammate, I think that shows a certain level of, like I said, self-awareness or maturity. What do you think?
I'm gonna follow that up with another question. What do you think is the mark of a true setter?
They make the people around them better.
So, Kageyama can make the spectacular plays, but the argument is Oikawa is making his teammates better by giving them the sets that suit them best. Would you say that's accurate?
Yeah.
So would you say that that makes Oikawa the better setter?
In this match, yes.
Generally?
If your hitters are scoring, you're doing your job.
Let's take this to the comments section, folks.
But I think it's tough because if your team is, if you put your hitters in the best spot that you can and they can score against the team, that's all you need to do. Now, if he's setting against a team that's better and he doesn't have the ability to isolate hitters or run those pinpoint sets or start to open things up for his hitters, now you start to get into at what level does that cap out? So
yeah.
Can Kageyama manage to do that same skill as he matures and plays with other players and goes, okay, I can run those fast sets everywhere, but I can also, give Asahi that loopy set that I don't want to set, but I know that he likes. So I think that's going to be like an evolution for him as he goes through.
And I'm just going to say this. I think that this discussion right here is a major, I don't want to say flaw with the fandom, but I think it's like a very big gray area with the Haikyu fandom, is that so many of the discussions that are pinning athlete against athlete, position wise and whatever, like we're only ever seeing them, like in this moment even, playing with a very select group of athletes. And so we're seeing these athletes in very specific situations.
Yeah.
And so it's so easy to do a direct comparison or say, oh, this person's better because this. Well, if Oikawa played for Karasuno and Kageyama played for Seijo, would we be saying the same thing? I don't know. The personnel is different. And I think that the people who enjoy Haikyu in general, there are no definitives, is what I'm trying to say. There are so many like variables involved that to just make a definitive statement like this person's like this so they're better.
Well, it's like, think about, do you think that Oikawa could get out of Hinata what Kageyama
Well, that's
does?
what that is exactly the point that I was just making.
Yeah, no, but I'm flat out asking you the question based on his statement about.
No, because in my opinion, no, because Hinata is a very raw, unpolished athlete right now, and Kageyama, at this point in time, what we are seeing is he is kind of dragging Hinata along. We're seeing Hinata make some steps in being able to run a different tempo, hit with his eyes open now, etc. But like, I don't think Oikawa would necessarily even know where to start with a true beginner like Hinata was. I think he would just have written him off, personally.
That's fair.
We're getting into the deep weeds here, folks.
なんとか詰めないと。おお、なんだかいつもよりキレがある感じだな。くそ、すみません。ブロック2枚結構ついてくるな。ここで止められたらまた流れが持っていかれる。せめて1枚にしないと。高校2年の時、優秀だった中学の後輩の異名を聞いた。コート上の王様、なんて誉れ高い異名だと思った。でも試合を見て意味が違うと分かった。力がある、才能がある、勝利に対しても貪欲、他人よりも圧倒的に。それが飛びを強くし、そして唯一の弱点になる。お前は一人で何とかしようとしすぎなんだよ、トビオ。そしてほんの2月足らずじゃ、その癖は簡単には治らないよ。
He's very intuitive.
ひなた、例の合図な、作戦変更だ。
もしかして新しいやつ。
カモン。ナイスブロック。
Suga's running the offense.
ほらーい。もう一回もう一回。
なんかカラスノの攻撃だんだん速くなってきてないか。
嫌な感じの加速だ。タイマーも使い切っちまったし。ゆっくりゆっくり、焦んなよ。
スピードの呪縛、ブロックから逃れたい一心でつい打ちやすさよりも速さを優先してしまう。無意識にほんの少しずつ。でもそれは徐々に大きなズレになっていく。
トビオ、お前は天才だ。あのチビちゃんであんな攻撃を使えるのはお前しかいない。でも他はどうだ。3番の彼はもう少しゆったり上げてあげればちゃんとブロックと勝負できる力量があるんじゃないのか。メガネ君はお前のトスを信頼して本気で打っているか。個性の違うスパイカーたち、それぞれ 100% の力を引き出してこそのセッターだ。ダメだ、差が縮まらねえ。なんとかしないと。どこへ押し込め影山。
Oh dear. No! No, do not look up. Dang it. Get up.
なんか
Turn away.
いつもの影山じゃないみたいだ。
No, 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 no.
勝ってコートに残るんだ。
Yes, Sasagi.
及川はセンスもある。努力も惜しまない。ただ2つ年下の影山という才能の塊と比べた時、及川は優等ではあるが天才ではない。それでも断言できる。今の段階でセッターとして優れているのは及川であると。
I will say, we have seen some serious growth from Kageyama from episode 1 till now. I think it is only normal when you're going like this to kind of fall or backtrack a little before you find your way again. And I think this is what we are seeing. He has made incredible progress and he has worked very hard to not be the king of the court. Like, that's not something, it's like almost in his DNA.
100%.
And it's so hard in pressure moments to stay the course and not regress back to your nature. And I think that is kind of what we're seeing right now, which is normal.
I also think that probably setter and maybe libero. I didn't play either, so I'm just kind of speculating. But that mentality that he has about kind of wanting to do it himself and wanting to just make it happen affects you in those very specific moments of like keeping tempo. Like it's hard to feel that pressure and then keep it smooth. And
like
you could
the coach
see,
said.
yeah, exactly. And you can see it, the set speed up, and then he starts thinking about, I don't want to lose, and his focus comes inward, and then he's not thinking about his teammates. He's thinking they have to hit this ball faster, and you could see his communication with his teammates changed a little bit. It was very inward, and then and he lost them. And you know, as much as you grow, like you said, in those high pressure moments, it's so hard not to revert back to like what you've done your whole life.
Pressure moments expose everybody. And I think, and it's not just Kageyama's case, like you see people's true essence in pressure moments. You see who the leaders are. You see who the people with confidence are. You see the selfish people. No matter what the sport, no matter the experience level, whatever, when things are pressure filled, people really show themselves if you look carefully.
I agree with you 100%.
But
no, there's no but. But what I hope, everybody feels the pressure, and that's totally normal. What is Kageyama going to do with this experience? So is he going to be able to realize when he's feeling like that, and in the future slow it down, or talk to his hitters?
Adam's thinking about next season already. Threw in the towel.
No, I haven't thrown the towel, but he's not going to play again.
Wow. Okay.
It's 21-11.
In the first set.
He's panicked. Suga's going to get a shot here.
Well, yes, he was holding the paddle. We see that.
No, but I mean like in the next set.
You think for the wreck, Suga's closing out the match?
I think he's going to start the second set.
Okay.
I guess you know, but that would be my...
You just completely changed what you were saying. You started out being like, he's done, he's not going to play again, and you're like, well, Suga will start the second set.
Well, yeah, and if it goes well for him, he'll stay. But I think at least that's what I think is going to happen.
Backing out of that bold prediction. Okay. We learned a lot.
But I will say, the same thing as revealing character. You saw Tanaka's character in that. Like, it happens both ways, right? The good and the bad. I like that.
Yeah, I said that.
I know, I'm agreeing with you. I'm excited for him.
For who? Kageyama? To learn from this experience?
Tanaka.
Okay. We learned a lot about Oikawa. He thought I said it right. I didn't.
No, I know you didn't. I know you're making fun of me.
We learned a lot about Oikawa this episode. A lot of good takeaways for everybody. I'm excited to see what happens next, to see if Suga finishes out this entire match. Hit us up with your comments. I know that the comment section has just been popping this episode, okay? So keep them coming. We want to read them, see what you have to say. We would also be so excited if you would like this video, subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned because episode 21 is coming next week. Thanks, guys.